Okay. I think we can get started. I think everybody came in. Welcome to 2026. Can you believe it already? Oh my goodness. This is the Berryessa Citizens Advisory Council. We meet the second Monday of every month except July and August. And my name is Linda Locke, the president. Do you notice anything different about me? I got a new hip. So this is my first night out, so I'm so excited. Anyway, let's get going here. And so we don't have minutes from the previous meeting. Ty was traveling around the world, so we'll get those up eventually. Susan, where's Susan? I lost Susan. Okay, meeting has started, so I expect you to stop talking while we have people. Sharon, hello, Sharon. Sharon, the meeting has started. That's my old school teacher, you know, we have to be quiet. Okay, Susan? Oopsie.
Good evening, everyone. I have your, the budget report for December 2025. December 1st, 2025, we had $564.12 in the BCAC budget. We received $60 in membership dues, so that leaves a balance of $624.12. We have a City of San Jose District 4 grant that has a balance of $3,098.40. And then a District 3 urgent grant that has a balance of $2,381.41. And a Beautify San Jose Cycle 7 grant that has a balance of $55.03. So tonight, and any night, I'm actually taking membership dues, which will go throughout the year. It's $10. And what that helps to pay for is the meetings, the coffee. The cookies are always brought by somebody, so thank you. The Hikoyetas have brought cookies tonight, and so did the librarian Candace. But it also allows us to be able to do these meetings and do great things for the community. So the $10 really goes a long way, and I'll be here after the meeting if you'd like to join and donate the $10 membership. Thank you.
Thank you. I should thank Nancy already, and then Candace, the librarian, came and left, but they brought the cookies tonight. And some of them are chocolate chips, so I want to make sure I get back there and get some. We do not have a guest speaker tonight, so we're hoping that we're giving plenty of time for our law enforcement and our elected officials to give us some feedback and have time to answer any questions that you might have. So we'll get started. Police Department, police report. I think I see police here. Two. We have two for the price of one. All right. Thank you. Hi.
Have you been talking to Captain Zuniga?
I haven't talked to him. I just sent him a note. So
Oh, okay.
Send somebody.
All right. No worries. Yeah. Hello, my name is Officer Pereira. I'm with the San Jose Police Department. I'm here on behalf of our captain, Captain Zuniga. We're pretty much here to kind of answer any kind of address the concerns. I know you see us in the neighborhoods. Obviously, we're responding to calls for service or like always busy with something. So even if you were to come up to us, ask a question, we're kind of tied up on stuff. You can't, is this better? Okay. So like I said, usually you see us on calls for service. We're a little busy and tied up, so you can't always just come and approach and talk to us and answer questions. So that's kind of why we're here right now. We're here to, if you guys have any addresses with your community or neighborhood or anything like that. Anybody have anything? Yes?
Just a quick question. Do you have any knowledge about what the academy graduation rate is? What the retirement versus income, new cadets, new officers? officers? Are you holding line?
So that is our recruiting department and our academy staff. I'm just on patrol in your guys' neighborhood around here. So I can probably, I don't want to give you an answer I do not know, but I'm pretty good with maybe addressing more issues that are happening in your community since I'm working here pretty much every day, about 12 hours a day, so 4 days a week. How about let's start with, I'll probably give you some kind of feedback on what we have going on, what we see, just so you guys don't think we're not in the blur about things or we don't see it. I notice the homeless and transient issue is a big part of probably your guys' concern. Just a heads up, we do a lot of CPFs, which is like community policing patrols. And what we do is we go talk to the homeless, we try to give them resources, try to get them some housing, rehab, stuff like that. Obviously, if they don't want it, we can't force them to take it, but we are trying. We're trying to enforce more of the city municipal codes that we have to kind of force sight and kind of push them to kind of obey a little bit, or kind of get out of the neighborhoods. I know RVs are probably a big thing. If you guys you'll see them just lined up on roads. They're stacked everywhere. So our captain has given us the privilege to come out before shift and just solely just target them and go after them leaving 72-hour notices, which is forcing them to move within 72 hours or their vehicles get towed. And that's kind of been a helpful impact because now these towing companies are actually taking the RVs and removing them, and it's kind of helps because what you'll see is they see 1 or 2 RVs get towed in one day, and they tell the rest of the transit community, and then they start moving them, and it kind of helps a little bit. Other than that, do you guys have any questions about anything? Yeah.
Just recently there was a fire on Toyon, and there was a lot of neighborhood alerts saying stay away from the area, but nothing got updated as far as what happened. I know there was 6 units and 30 people displaced, but do you have any updates on that?
No, I'm not sure. When was that?
What day was that, last Saturday? I don't know. It was just recently.
Recently?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no clue on that one. But like I said, if you stay afterwards, I can maybe look up the report and see what it was, and I can give you more details on that if you'd like.
I want to make sure that it wasn't started by an house.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. If you stand by afterwards, I can I'll look that up and see, kind of get the details on it for you. Okay. You start in the back. Yeah.
Area. Noticed in some of our yards that there were some gang tags that were on the fences, and in the playgrounds and stuff. And so we alerted just to let you all be aware that that was happening, and there appears to be some sort of presence in the Cataldi Park area.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, we've been doing better because like I said, we have our standard patrol hours that we do, but our captain as well as the department's been pretty, how can you say it, pretty proactive in the way of allowing us to come before shift or stay after shift and just not respond to any calls for service, do anything, just strictly us, me and a partner, go out and say, all right, where's the high crime neighborhood? Let's go check the parks, let's see where the gang activities come from. We see the stats, we have AI technology is amazing nowadays, so it's helping us out a lot. We're able to see through all that, and then we can kind of target it better, as well as, and then with graffiti stuff, I'm not sure if you know, I think it was 311, but now there's a new website that you can type in and give your info about where the tagging's coming from, and they'll send people out to come paint it right away. They're pretty good with that. Yeah, yes ma'am?
Are there any kind of details if there is a lot more racing? Because at night I live by the Vegas and Piedmont area, and I'm hearing the screeching of the tires and cars going up and down the street / are scary because they could hit another car. When I wake up in the morning, I see a lot of donuts.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is there more of a presence? Have you guys noticed that at all? Over in the Suncrest Hills area?
I don't want to give you an answer. I don't know. I'm not sure. If it's coming out more towards the nighttime, it tends to happen. But I can tell you that we do have our traffic enforcement unit that does keep stats on that, and they can, if you ever call in, you can ask to speak to someone in our traffic unit, and they can help give you a little more details on that. But yeah.
And then my second question was, the other day I was driving my son home, and there was this guy walking off the Morel down the street, and he had his like pants halfway down and no shirt on, and was showing half of his butt. So at the time, what do you guys want us to do? You guys want us to call like 311? Is that something that we would call for? Or would you have him be like run into a family walking or something like that? So what do you guys want us to do in that situation?
Let's call 911. So what you can do is call 911. You guys don't have to feel like it's, we get this a lot. I go to calls like, hey, sorry to waste your time, or I would have called the non-emergency, but I didn't know what to do. You can always call, if you're in doubt, just call 911. We do a good job of being in a department. Our dispatchers, our call takers usually will categorize what's more important than the other. So we rate calls between a 1 and 4. Obviously, if someone is wheeling around a knife and charging someone with it, that's going to be a priority 1, right? But if say, hey, a man with his pants down, walking around, kind of some mental health there, we'll prioritize that as like a 2, and we'll get that out there as fast as we can. You call 311, it's kind of, or a non-emergency line, it might be a little more of a delay, but like I said, our call takers will do pretty good at prioritizing that stuff, so it takes that out of your hands. Yeah. Yes.
I was wondering if you two were going to be the normal representatives for the city of San Jose police officers.
So I'm here for our captain. So usually, like I said, you can always, so our captain usually handles these community meetings and stuff like that. But when he's unavailable in this area or this district, usually I would be the one coming out.
If you are going to be coming out, it would be very helpful to have a few statistics in regards to how many robberies were in the area, how many cars were towed, or in this general area. That would be helpful.
Yeah, definitely. If I get a notice ahead of time, not maybe a couple minutes before, I can definitely pull some stats and do everything like that. And if you want, if you stay afterwards, if you have any questions about certain stats, like I said, same thing with you or anybody here, I can pull those up for you and see what I can find to kind of help answer that question for you.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Do you have the update on the car theft, the break-ins up on Rockland Circle that happened Saturday night, I think?
Sorry. No, I'm not sure. Yeah. Ma'am, in the back, right there, you have a question.
So along that line, there seemed to be an uptick in car theft, and particularly like trucks and vans that have blue tools. What are you doing to address that?
Yeah, so that tends to be a trend around the city. You said about like work trucks, vans, and everything with tools being stolen. You said and stolen. Okay, yeah, that's been a trend around the city. I know we have our vehicle crimes unit. They've been trying to figure out ways to help prevent that. Usually, we have to tell the people that do have work trucks or cars or trucks is there's definitely different deterrents they can help to prevent some of that. Sometimes, like I said, I know the biggest thing I can use the best example is for Kias and Hondas. There's a whole trend where they're being stolen. A lot of people don't know this, but if you go down, if you believe that your car can be one of them, if you have a turnkey ignition, you can actually go down to your local Honda or Kia dealership, and they have a new programmer that they'll install in your car. It takes within an hour. They update the software in your car, and no longer can they just use a USB cord and then steal your car anymore. Yeah. That's me.
Car accident on Cotalli Drive in December.
When was that? Would you know? It's only December. Okay, yeah, not off the top of my head. I would have to look that up. Like details? Like I said, you can call the department, and what they can do is they'll route your question to a specific unit that handles those issues. So like I said, if a robbery happened and you have a question about a robbery that I say may occur in your neighborhood and everything, you can always call the department and then say, hey, can I speak to a robbery detective? And then they'll have someone, they'll call and kind of answer and address your question for you. You know, same thing with financial crimes. If there's a financial crimes, we have a financial crimes unit that can do that for you. Yeah. Yes.
I know there's 911 that one can call, and I know that there's 311 that people can call in non-emergencies. But I heard that there is a 811. Is that true? That there's an 811 that addresses the mental health of a situation? If you see a person that is not a direct threat to society, but is more of a, mentally unstable, that you can actually address that issue with an 811 call. Is that true or not?
Yes, so I believe that's going to be our county resource. I think it's called Trust, T-R-U-S-T. But yes, you call it 811. You'll talk to like a trust representative. They work for the county, and all they handle is mental health. Sometimes they don't even need police, and they just come out in their county van, and they'll come and assess the person, whether it's a family member, friend, or just a random person that you see walking down the street that you believe might need some help.
Not San Jose Police Department, it's county.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But they're joint response with us too, so they kind of help. So, anybody else? Anything else? I don't know. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. We can. Oh, go ahead.
One last thing.
Yeah.
Tell your captain he owes you coffee.
Okay. No, that's okay. Like I said, I'll probably next meeting you guys have, I'll make it my priority to make that one, and I'll come with some more stats, some good stuff for you guys. Okay? Yeah. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, too.
All right. The Highway Patrol, did we have somebody from Highway Patrol tonight? Thank you, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Officer Reeves with the California Highway Patrol. I'm part of the COPS team, so I am in charge of the community events and responding to all you guys' complaints. We cover all Santa Clara County, right? So it's all the way to like Redwood City, all the way to Santa Cruz, all the way to Hayward, right? So we have a lot of area coverage, but our captain, he's dedicated for San Jose, and he actually opened up 2 positions, which is the COPS team, which is me, myself, and my partner. She's not here today, but we're in charge of the community events. So all this unincorporated area is what we handle. So any traffic complaints, any illegal dumping, anything like that up in the unincorporated area where we're usually not patrolling, now we're assigned to that area, and that's our area to target those areas. If you guys have any questions, I'm here to answer all questions. Yeah.
Have the copper wire stealing subsided? Because I've noticed that our lights are on again at the freeway.
Yeah, so.
Not down further, just that means our area.
Yeah. So that was a big thing. I think it was like November. We had a big hit on the 680. They stole all the copper from, I believe it was McKee all the way to Alum Rock. Yeah, so they caught a guy on the bike who was cutting the wires from the metering lights, and they caught him, and we got Caltrans involved, and they were able to get those back up.
And thank you for doing our section.
Yeah. We're trying to get all of it, but we're slowly working our way. Yeah. You had a question as well?
Is your group going to get those new Camaros?
Oh, the Camaros, you saw the Camaros, yeah. So those are actually limited cars, they're actually manuals. I don't know if you guys heard, the CHP actually has Chevy Camaros, like SS, they're V8s, and they're manual transmissions. So in order for one of us to drive those cars, we have to go to the academy to get certified in that vehicle to make sure we can handle the power, and then they'll give it to us. Right now I believe there's one in Turlock, there's one in San Diego, and there's one somewhere in LA too. There's a couple out there already.
They're going to get 10, right?
Yeah, they're gonna get 10. There's a couple out already, but we haven't gone to the Bay Area just yet. Hopefully soon.
What about the priority? Who gets to drive them?
Whoever goes to the academy, you have to get trained for like a couple of days to make sure you know how to drive the manual and the gears, and drive the high-speed truck with it to make sure you can handle the power. Yeah. Cool. Any other questions? Any other areas where there has been any traffic complaints, anything like that? I was gone for the month of December, but in the month before, I was up on Sierra Road where I got a couple of complaints, and I was up there, got a couple citations, impounded a couple of vehicles, but I was gone for December, but I'm back all year. So any other areas where there's a couple of issues so I can go address those? Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
Basically, news says 11 miles over the speed limit, they're going to start issuing tickets automatically, but it's not in San Jose area, is it?
Yeah, it's not in San Jose yet. They're setting up, I guess that's more for like a PD question, because they're setting up like speed cameras in the city now. It's only certain cities so far. I haven't heard it come to San Jose just yet.
And it's not the freeway yet.
The freeway, it's anything over 100 miles an hour. The DMV will take your license now, not us, the DMV. So, yeah, the DMV is actually really strong starting January. They're pretty strong on speeding on the freeways. So if you're caught going over 100, the DMV is going to take your license, not us. The DMV is going to take it automatically. Whether you're guilty or not, they're going to take it. Yeah.
On 680 north, going from various places, it's going to be temporarily closed. November 2025 to 2026. There's a sign there. The highway will be closed.
Northbound.
It might be like maybe like during the nighttime, right? Like for some construction, they usually do it during the nighttime. They try not to impact commute traffic. Yeah, they might do it like during the nighttime. They might close like 1 or 2 lanes. Yeah, I'll try to get an update on that, but they usually don't shut off the whole freeway now. Yeah. Yeah.
I just had a question with the rain that we've been having.
Yeah.
I'm just curious because I'm not certain of it myself. I know it's a law that you have to have your lights on.
Mm-hmm.
I know that a lot of people don't, or
Yeah.
at least when I'm driving up behind them, they don't look like they have lights on.
Yeah.
In the back, but their front lights are on. The automatic lights that usually come with the car, do they light both front and back?
So that's the thing with a lot of these new vehicles, right? There's a couple of switches. There's like your daytime running lights. If you have those on, they're not going to turn on your rear lights. They won't turn them on. That happens to me plenty of times when I'm on the freeway driving at night and I see a car without his tail lights on. And I come up in front of him and he has his daytime running lights. So if you have a newer vehicle, always ensure that you have the automatic lights on so it turns on when it's already dark, or you have them fully on. Because if you have it on the switch before your lights, it's the daytime running lights and it won't turn on your rear tail lights. And you can get pulled over for that.
Any chance they could make it a reminder on those big signs as you're driving on a rainy day?
Yeah. We actually could do that. Yeah, that's actually a really good suggestion. Yeah, we feel like slow down and turn on your lights. Yeah, cool. Any other questions? No other concerns out here in the Berryessa community? No. Any other problem areas where you guys see people doing donuts or anything? I know you were saying something, ma'am, about the donuts.
Yes, so we're talking about the Piedmont area, Champagne Lane.
Okay.
It's out there a lot at nighttime. And then where I wake up, there's like donuts in that various intersection, because there's not like a speed bump.
Yeah.
From various all the way up.
Okay.
That would definitely help on Suncrest, because people
On Suncrest?
down there and they do donuts on every single corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I'll drive around the area, see if it's our jurisdiction, then I can talk to Caltrans and see what we could do for it. But our captain here in San Jose, he's really for the people. Like any issue you guys have, you guys tell us, he'll take care of it. Just a little, I'll give you guys a little scenario we had with Mount Hamilton. We had a lot of illegal dumping, and we got like 3 emails. I went up there, I took pictures, showed our captain. We called Caltrans the next day. This morning, they were there cleaning all of it up, all of it. So our captain is really, really firm on helping the community. So, yeah.
Our park shares fence with the 680, which is, I think it's owned by Caltrans. But
Yeah.
It's got some, there are people penetrating. There's a couple holes in it.
The homeless?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Where was it at?
The Cataldi Park,
Okay.
that's just,
It's like parallel to the 680?
yes,
Okay.
it's that on-ramp.
The on-ramp?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go check that out too, because like how SJPD is hammering the homeless encampment in the transit community, so are we right now. So we'll give them a warning, right? We'll give them the resources, we'll write them a citation, and if they're there, then within the next couple of days, we're actually like picking them up and like taking them to the centers, or having them go to lower booking in Santa Clara County. So we're trying to clean up the freeways too, so we can clean it up the whole area. Yeah.
So once in a while, driving from 101 northbound, going on to 680 northbound, I see graffiti that is painted on those traffic, exits and all.
Yeah.
So my question is, how the hell do they even get to that place to paint the graffiti?
Yeah, you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised. We do have a graffiti team with Caltrans. We'll go out with them, we'll stop traffic, and they'll get up there with like ladders and all this crazy stuff. But how they get up there, I actually caught a guy one time who was 101 right before the 680 connector on the southbound side. I saw a car pulled over on the shoulder, I parked behind it, it's maybe like 2 a.m. And I look to my right and I see a guy climbing up like the pillars. And then sure enough, I walk up to him and then he tries to take off running, I catch him, full of spray cans, hands are all painted, and he was climbing down from like the sound barrier because he was up like painting the overpass. So I was able to arrest him and I took pictures and I arrested him, and it was over like $5,000 in damage, so we hit him with a felony for that. So yeah, you'd be surprised.
Structure, it doesn't even seem capable of supporting our human body.
You'd be surprised, man, what we see, yeah. They're flexible, I guess.
Why do they do it? Just vandalism or?
It's their form of art, you know, I mean, it's a trend that they have going on. I couldn't tell you why, honestly. I don't know why.
They get paid by some element to do that?
I guess they think it's cool or something, I don't know.
It's proud for them.
Yeah.
Self-satisfaction.
Yeah.
So this person you arrested, did you ask him why he was doing that?
Yeah, he just said for fun. Just for fun. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Cool. Well, I'll be out in this area. I'm back. I was gone for a month, but I'll next time I'll come back with my sheets of all my tickets and all the cars I've impounded in the area again, so you guys can all see. Okay? Cool. You guys have a good one.
The sheriff, I don't think I see anybody from the sheriff's department tonight. Okay. No. Okay. So now our officials, Assembly Member Alex Lee. Tim, do you have a report tonight? Like he never has a report.
So, Happy New Year, everybody. Wow, I'm excited to be here. So, in regards to the state legislature, and for those who don't know me, my name is Tim. I work with Assemblymember Alex Lee, have been for the last 3 years. And the legislature just went back in session last week on Monday. So I always say to the superintendent, I say, it's like going back to school. So, the kids are back in school, although it's very serious business. And they have until February 20th, which is the deadline to introduce new bills. So, it's a lawmaking body, remember, and that's what they do. They make laws. So, right now, the assembly member is just beginning to put his package together based on ideas that come from the community and certain organizations and groups up and down the state. So we'll see what happens, and next month I'll be able to tell you what bills that he's going to propose. But, I am proud of the cat. I told you this last time, that he was responsible for the ban on cat decline. So that went into effect on January 1st, like most new bills. So thank Alex Lee if you have a cat. No more decline cats. You can still have their nails trimmed, but they can't be declawed. So anyway, I had mentioned that at the last, I think in November. And I told you all the slew of bills that were chaptered and signed by the governor, so I won't go over that again. The budget, we have plenty of time to talk about a budget. It looks good for education, but it's like a $349 billion budget, and I'll go more into the specifics on that eventually, but it looks like there's a $3 billion deficit. The LAO had said it was a little higher than that, $18 billion deficit, but there is a quote that I do want to share because it kind of reflects budgets and economies. So we did have a increase of revenue because of the AI, artificial intelligence boom, and because of the stock market performance. So there has been an increase, like $9 billion of revenue over the last few months. So, you know, the state relies on that stock market. So when it does well, we do well as also. So there was a quote. The governor says there are encouraging signs in the California economy, yet history teaches us that prosperity, if taken for granted, can vanish as quickly as it arrives. So I thought that was good because that's so true, right? I mean, you know, you have all this money one year and then the next year you're in a big deficit. And so, so it's just important that the legislators have a steady hand when it comes to the budget. And then, so $349 billion budget, $248 of that is the general fund, which means that's what they can play with. The other stuff is just earmarked monies, right? So you can't touch those. But I'll go over more of that later. And then I just want to make some announcements. The Assembly member holds an annual Unsung Heroes event. So if you have anyone that you want to nominate for this, I think last year we did really well. Here in Berryessa, we had 6 honorees, I think. It was a good turnout. So 2 years ago, we had almost maybe 1, but last year we had 6. And typically he honors 25 citizens. So if you know anyone that you would like to nominate, go to the website, or you could take one of these flyers and submit it. The deadline's March 15th, so you have plenty of time to think of the right person, and then we can all support that person in March. There's a lot of good people here that need to be recognized for their work. All right, so that's the Unsung Heroes event, and I think that's it for now. Let's see. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. And then, all right, February, the Black History Month event is on February 14th. Valentine's Day, I know, but it's going to be early at 10 o'clock in the morning, but it's in our neighborhood. So you know where Emmanuel Baptist Church is located on White Road, right before McKee. That's where we're going to hold it, February 14th, 10 o'clock. And we have some good folks that we're going to recognize for Black History Month. I'll give you more information. I think our next meeting, Linda, is on February 9th. I think I was looking at the calendar. That's a Monday. So I'll remind you all to attend that event. They have a great pastor there who's doing some good work. All right. Thank you all.
I see our council member is here, David Cohen.
Well, Happy New Year. It's good to see such a big crowd here at the first meeting of the year. I wanted to first follow up on a couple of things I heard, questions with the police officers, and one I want to make sure you know is that 311 is no longer a phone number you can use to report non-emergency. 311 is not the number anymore. The San Jose Police Department has a 408 number, which I urge you all to save in your phone. I have an entry in my phone, AA SJPD non-emergency. That way the first thing that comes up, that's the first line in my phone. I have emergency and non-emergency as AA, so that when I open my contacts, they're right on top. And the number is 408-277-8900. 277-8900. That's the number you should call for non-emergency items. You can still use 911, obviously, for emergency, but 311 was taken over for services and other things at some point in the past, and so 277-8900 is the number. 277-8900, 408. So put that in your phone, and that way when you have it's a non-emergency, but you'll want to have that handy if you need to call. The other thing, I heard a question about the police academy. I don't know the statistics about dropout, but we are very proud about the high quality and high standards of our police academy. So we definitely have attrition through the program, but our next graduation for our police academy is at the end of January, and there's usually about 30-something graduates each time now. We're getting pretty good classes, and so I'm hoping we're above 30 again for the next class on January 30th when we do that, when we have that program. Some updates. I'm not going to give a recap of 2025 tonight because this Friday we have our annual 2025 recap State of the District D4 Stars event. So I urge you all to come out here in this room at 6 p.m. We'll have dinner, And I'll give a brief update of all the highlights of last year. We'll be awarding 6 community members from all parts of our district with our D4 Stars Awards. We also have a keynote speaker this year. Her name is Sandra Falosi, I think is how you pronounce it. She is a San Jose State graduate who was a national 14-time U.S. champion in judo and was a 3-time Olympian in judo. And since this year is the year of sports in San Jose, we decided it'd be fun to hear from an athlete who grew up in San Jose and made it big in San Jose and represented us. She now works for the County Office of Education, so she'll talk about her path from sports to education in the county, and we look forward to having her with us on Friday night. Just a couple of highlights of things happening in the next couple weeks. We have a community meeting in 2 weeks. I'm trying to remember the day. It's a community meeting regarding a potential collaboration with a cricket club who want to build a cricket pitch and practice facility at, what day is that meeting? Monday the 26th of January. They want to build a cricket pitch at Cataldi Park along with some practice cages. And so we're holding a community meeting so the community can hear about their plans. And the neat thing is that they're going to pay for the installation. The city has to provide the space, but it'll be an opportunity. It's a huge growing sport, especially in California, and a lot of people are looking for space to play. So we're excited about the potential opportunity. The dog park, as you might have noticed, we decided to redo the grass because of all the foxtails and overgrown weeds there. So the park has been closed for about 6 weeks and will open again at the end of January with brand new turf. We're really excited about that. Just so that you know, we have 2 police captains in District 4. 680 is the dividing line between our Foothill Division. Captain Zuniga is usually here. He represents the east part of District 4. Everything west of 680 is the Central Division, and we just got a new captain this week. Captain Ali Miri was promoted to the Assistant Chief of Police for the City of San Jose, and so we have a new captain, Captain Sherry. I'm hoping you'll have a chance to meet him. I think he might be coming Friday night to our D4 Stars event, so those of you who live west of 680 might want to meet him. Budget prior planning is starting. We have a deficit we're going to be dealing with, as many jurisdictions are this year. And if you have priorities, though, for the budget, please let me know, and we'll certainly have our annual budget meeting here at the community, at the BCAC in April or May to get feedback from the community with the mayor. We have just couple last things. We're holding our next town hall meeting will be at Laneview Elementary School on March 4th at 6 p.m. We're very excited. We cut the ribbon just last week on a new program there. The Children's Health Council has opened a special ed school on that site, and so we'll be doing a community meeting jointly with them in March. And then I'm excited to let you know that to recognize and brag about BCAC, we have secured the box at the SAP Arena for a Sharks game for BCAC members. We have 18 spots, so not everybody here will be able to go, but I'll leave it up to the leadership of BCAC to figure out how to fill those 18 spots. But the game will be Sunday, March 1st, and you'll have a chance to join us to see, I don't remember who they're playing that day, but to see the Sharks. They're up and coming, real exciting team this year, so we're excited to offer you that opportunity. And that is it. I will take questions if anybody has any.
A lot of information. I wasn't able to type it all fast. Do you have that information on like your site or anywhere like that?
Yeah, I mean, that was just sort of a collection of things that I thought of today that I wanted to share with you. I don't necessarily know that we have that, but I have my notes, and I can always share them with you after if you'd like. But the calendar of events is always in our newsletter every week. If you don't receive our District 4 newsletter, go to our website, d4sanjose.com, and sign up to receive it. It goes out every Thursday, and it has a whole calendar of events in there. So everything that we mentioned will be in that newsletter over the next few weeks.
I heard about a community emergency response team training. Is that
Do we have that scheduled yet? A CERT training?
Not yet.
Okay.
And that's scheduled. Our goal right now is to
basically a date that works best for our neighborhood associations and schedule such as the consent.
Yeah, so, and Mike here is a member of CERT. He can tell you a lot more about it than I can, but it's a great program, training people in the community to be ready for emergency response. We want to grow, the people in District 4 who are participating. We want to have 3 new CERT locations in our district. The city has a really impressive, intensive training program to help people be ready, so once we set up a date, we'll let people know.
You were talking about the D4 meeting. It's this Friday?
It's Friday.
We have to sign up if we're interested in coming.
We have an online RSVP to sign up, but we accept people walking in too. So if you can't make it to our website to sign up, and it should be on d4sanjose.com, the link to the sign up sheet. You can, but we have usually a whole lot of people who come without signing up. I want to encourage you, it helps us if you sign up, but we have plenty of food for everybody. 6 o'clock, Friday night. Yes.
So this isn't technically in your district, but I think of interest to those of us in District 4. That same Monday that we're going to be talking about whether or not we should do cricket and Tully, there's also a community meeting at James Lick to talk about the urban village at Allen Rock. And that is centered around Allen Rock White. So basically our neighborhood, right? And it's not that far, but a different district. Not that I go to every single community meeting, but should I want to, I'm gonna have to make a really hard decision between those two. I just wanted to point out that.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, we try to schedule things that are on different nights in District 4. It's hard for us to sort of watch what's happening in all the other districts as we schedule, but I appreciate that feedback. I mean, we divide and conquer, I say. We can't be everywhere.
Dave, I just wanted to thank you for organizing that with the Sharks.
I want to. Sita did put a little bug in my ear about that last year, saying it's been a while since we've been to the Sharks game and sat in the box. It's a great experience if you haven't done it to sit in the city's box. By the way, this is the last year the city will have that box because with the renovation of the arena, they're relegating us to the 3rd level to a corner box instead of the center box right on the main concourse. But so it's a good opportunity this year to go check it out one last time. All right.
Santa Clara Valley Water District, Richard Santos.
Good evening. I'm your director, Richard Santos. It's called District 3, which is District 4, same as the county area, from Sunnyvale all the way around here. I was always thinking all kinds of things to talk about and go, whoa. So I got some gifts also to give away, but I do want to start out by saying this is the first time in 25 years there is no drought areas in California. But it's early, we hope it lasts. And then Ty says, bring something patriotic, so USA. But here's the most important. What a game, and I hope they're safe because they sure have a lot of injuries, and we hope they do well in Seattle. I do want to start off in the right thing here. I want to present this to Dr. Fuentes for our outgoing president. And speaking of recapturing and recycling water, now this is a lemon. And I planted this tree 15 years ago. I didn't even know what it was. I finally found out after all these years it's called a pioneer lemon, but I call it a Portuguese lemon. But anyway, and it's not domestic water. This is recaptured water. And so, not that you're a lemon, but I know you like lemon. Speaking of recaptured water, so today I had 3-4 meetings, and we went to the purification plant to meet with our consultants, their lobbyists and so on from the state, federal and all that. And like everybody, no matter who you are, council, assembly members, whatever, $18 billion deficit in the state, and we don't know what the federal government's going to do. So we're all in a quandary, and everybody's working hard. So the best thing you can do is, we have like Rokana and you name it, you got to tell those folks, because, and I'm not knocking the governor. I wish he was taking care of California than running for president. That's just my opinion. But when you only give $100 million for recycling water, it don't work. And that plant that we're all partners with the city of San Jose and Santa Clara, we're doing really good. So we were able to produce more plastic bottled water, but we still can't sell it because of health restrictions. But guess what? It's all fine. It really is. But that's the politics of your health department and whatever have you. But that water and the tap water is better than the bottled water that you drink. It has more restrictions than the bottled water. So I can go on. And right now, when you have all this good rain, we're all happy. Our crews are out because you have to, and you folks have to be the ears and eyes of us to protect for flood protection. It's the major stuff. The homeless continue dumping all the stuff into the rivers and you name it. And we keep on. But when the state of California passed a Senate bill that gave all the cities money for the homeless, water districts and special districts were omitted. So that's why you got to write your letters and so on. Because we used to have a $950,000 budget. It's now $5 million. And we pay San Jose PD $400,000 a year just to patrol that, to make sure you're safety. It don't make sense. And if it don't make sense, it's nonsense. And we got to, when you talk about recapture your communities and your way of life again and quit all the nonsense. I can go on, but we're up for the challenges like anybody else. You don't give up. You keep on going. So I'm going to do is I got some gifts here. I'm going to ask you some questions. And then you come up and get the gift if you know the answer. And I don't want to go home with all this stuff. So who can tell me what's the name of your treatment plant in Berryessa? Does anyone know? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. This is yours. These nozzles are for recycling water and basically water conservation. So, thank you.
Sir, is there a photo opportunity?
Sure. Now this is for your shower. Would it be 2, but no more than 5, right? Water conservation. How many rebate programs do we have in the Santa Clara Valley Water District? Does anyone know? I'll give you 2 guesses. 10, 15, or 22? Who said it? Come on up. 22. And she's the only person in Berryessa that calls and says, thank you for taking care of the fire protection and the Bob Gross ponds. So thank you. Got a few more things. Hang in there.
Can I use this as an egg timer also?
Some people use that for their marriages. Got one more. Let me try this one. How many members are there of the Santa Clara Valley Water District?
10.
Nope. One more guess.
7.
Thank you. Here's the bag. I got some goodies in here, handbag and so on. So let's try it this way. How many people in Santa Clara County? How many residents? Bingo. We got some educated people here. Thank you. And this came from our purification plant, and it's a bottle, so on. What's the name of our purification plant, and where is it located? Going once, going twice. I'm not taking this home. A little louder, because I'm old. That's good, that's true. What's the name of it? You got it. It's close. Silicon Valley Purification Center building. Who said Alvisa? That's close enough for me. Come and get it. The president's giving me the eye. She said, speed it up. I want to go see the Steelers. I want to see the Steelers game. Thank you. Okay. Again, let me try this one. How many city council members do we have?
Seven.
Including the mayor, 11. Come on up. Here you go. What am I doing? Bowling for dollars? No.
That's precious. Launch fruit around here.
I got one more. Let me try this. Who is your representative here in the assembly? Who said Lee? Come on up. Susan got it. Because of all the work Susan does for all of us, I'm going to put this lemon in this water district bag so she can have it. Thank you all, appreciate it. Have a good, be safe. Yes, ma'am.
Since we have all this water, can you fill up the perk ponds and the pond over here?
We fill them up when we believe the maintenance is not needed or whatever have you, and it's clean. So that's what we got to do. We got to keep it clean. And when South Bay Aqueduct comes on, when we have enough water, we do. And that's gravity fed to the pond and penitentiary park.
So when's that gonna happen?
It happens when our crews tell me it's safe. And if they meet my expectations, then I'm happy. It'll be done.
So what do you mean about being clean?
Well, it's pretty simple. When people go out there and they throw their turtles in there, and they throw their garbage in there, and they throw their glass in there, those are kind of and then the sediment builds up. And it has to be done so it can go down to the filters and be clean. Okay? Thank you.
Walking up there. Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year. I'm Dr. Roxanne Fuentes, the proud superintendent for the Berryessa Union School District. So just a few announcements of good news. We are getting ready to open up our student enrollment opportunity. So we will be having an online parent information meeting on January 15th. So you can go to our school district website and the link will be there to join. In addition, we also have specialized programs like our parent participation program at Noble and our dual immersion Mandarin program at Ruskin. There will be special meetings for those special programs to share with you the enrollment process there. And our window will officially open on January 20th. So that's just around the corner. We had, as I've shared earlier in the year, we had an influx of TK students this past year. That birth date for transitional kinder, that's a new grade level in all of our schools. We take every 4-year-old now. So every 4-year-old, if you've got neighbors or families that still have their little ones in, preschool programs and, they're paying tuition, have them come to Berryessa Union School District because we've got a spot for them and a great classroom for them. So this year we completed that whole age adjustment that the state had us doing for the past 5 years or so. So really excited to have all those little ones with us. In addition, just some new programs that are getting ready to launch in our district. In December, we had a great community meeting over at the Toyon location. We have leased that building to Kidango, which is a nonprofit state-funded preschool provider. And we have incredible citywide partnerships that are bringing on wonderful services, not just for those preschoolers, but for all of you in our community. So during that meeting, we were able to hear from the Children's Discovery Museum. They will be creating a satellite annex. Those of you that have had little ones, you may be familiar with Potter the Otter. Potter the Otter, there's lots of picture books about how he goes to the dentist, how he goes to the doctor, how he goes to the supermarket, how he gets ready for TK in kindergarten. Well, Toyon will become his new den because Potter the Otter is a creek otter. He is a creekside otter, so it makes Toyon the perfect home for him. So the Children's Discovery Museum is currently in development. They are creating what that space is going to look like, and we're hoping that they'll be able to open that by the fall of this year in 2026. In addition to the partnership with the Children's Discovery Museum, we are also partnering with the City of San Jose Library. You're all very familiar with our Berryessa Branch Library over in the Noble area. Well, now we're going to have a very special library created at Toyon that's going to be very specific for our early learners. And it's going to be the first library in the City of San Jose specifically targeted for ages 0 to 5. So our city library right now is currently putting together all of the different types of books and the different kind of furniture that they would like for that setting. And again, that won't just be for the children involved in the preschool program there on site, but it'll be open to our community at large. So we're really excited about having those partnerships. The library anticipates being able to open up as early as this spring. So we're really excited. We anticipate a ribbon cutting event sometime in February. There'll be a soft opening. They're planning to start the school with 8 preschool classes, and that will continue to grow over the next few months and years, and ultimately we'd like to form a Toyon early learning center that's going to be focused on all of the special skill sets and needs that our early learners have. And it's just been a wonderful partnership with all of these different agencies, and they're super excited to be in the Berryessa community and be able to meet with all of you and for you to bring your little ones forward so they can start, their early education. Our curriculum is going to be very specifically designed to nature and the environment, knowing that Toyon is really accessible to the Perk Ponds, Penitencia Creek, and Alum Rock State Park. We want to take advantage of all of those natural resources and ensure that that's part of the children's learning. And some of the larger conversations that were happening with our city, along with our county partners, Open Space Authority, Valley Water has been part of these visioning meetings. We'd like to take that learning outside of the classroom and in the future build learning stations in these natural areas, whereas families are going to the Perk Ponds, as they're going to the creek, they can actually have some information there to share with their children about the habitat and the different wildlife that is being protected in those areas. So that's the bigger vision as we continue to grow this model, but just really, really excited and a little surprised at how quickly it's coming together. But when you have wonderful invested partners, it can happen really fast. And so we're really grateful to Kidango, to the San Jose Library, and the Children's Discovery Museum who are working with us on these efforts. In addition, as Dr. Cohen shared, this week over at our Laneview location, the Children's Health Council had their soft opening. They're looking at a larger scale opening in February. They have about 3 classes of children for their non-public school, which services students with autism and other special needs. And they also have plans of being able to not only build out their school, but become a resource hub for our community. So if you're a parent with a child with autism and you're trying to navigate what those needs are, you want to learn about more information and resources, we're looking at being able to have a family resource center where you can go and get that advice, and also just have, ongoing workshops for our parents so you can get more educated and find out who those partners are and what they can do for your children. So we're really excited about both of those endeavors. And again, Laneview, they've opened up with about 30 children this week, but with hopes to expand as the months come and fill up the entire setting. So we're really looking forward to that. And then I think I also want to give a shout out to Mike, because I see Mike here, and we were able to start off the new year last year by giving scholarship grants to all of our teachers who submitted special projects, and all of that was funded by our Berryessa Art Festival. So Mike is one of the leads on that committee. We've had plenty of folks here in the room that have volunteered over the years and been part of those efforts. That event always happens in May, and it's fully to fund special classroom initiatives that our teachers have and they can apply for. So it was really nice to have Mike and the team, the committee, go around to all the classrooms and surprise the classroom teachers with their checks. So thank you for your partnership in that. And then just lastly, many of you know Trustee Thelma Boak. She's often here in our meetings. I did want to bring to your attention, unfortunately, the passing of her husband last weekend. There will be services for him this week, in fact, Wednesday night and Thursday at St. Victor's Church. So just want to ask you all to please keep her and their family in your thoughts. And, we send her our best wishes and keep her in our prayers. She's a very steadfast trustee, has a good heart, and her husband was a wonderful partner and really contributed quite a bit behind the scenes. So just wanted to make sure I did that acknowledgement. Thank you.
Let's see. East Side High School District, is Lauren here tonight? Oh. Oh, good. Hi. You snuck in. I didn't see you.
I snuck in.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lorena Chavez. That's a hard report to follow. I have to say, I am always in awe of you and the great work and the partnerships that you build, and just how you set up our students so that they could be successful, not just in elementary school, but high school and life. So thank you for your leadership, and to the board for that great work. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Lorena Chavez. I am the Vice President of Eastside Union High School District. I also represent this area, Trustee Area 4, because technically we're now in trustee areas. We're no longer at large. Recent updates. In our December board meeting, we did elections of, who's going to be president, vice president, all of that. But we also get assigned different assignments like audit committee, county committee. We also have a student governing board. I don't know how familiar you are with that, but at the high school level, we have students that sit alongside the board members. We have a main representative, and they vote on policy and get leadership experience. And I'm very excited to be one of the co-liaisons of our student governing board. We just had our first meeting a few weeks ago, and we got straight to business. I was like, what goals do we want this year? And our students across the district are feeling a lot of energy around advocacy, around BTA, so that our students could have access to get from different points of the district for meetings or to be active. I don't know if y'all are familiar with how large the district is. I mean, we border Morgan Hill and Milpitas. We cover about 6 city council districts as a whole, so it's pretty large. So really excited about the work that is to come. And I do remember the invitation to get students representatives here. And so I have been visiting sites. My first 2 sites were Independence and Piedmont Hills. So we're in conversation with the students. I actually mentioned the opportunity to our students at SJPD at our meeting, and they're like, oh yeah, my advisory teacher had already mentioned that to me. So we're hopefully we'll be getting some student voice representation from the high school soon. I think some of the representatives alluded to some of the budget deficits that are happening across just everywhere around the city, the state, you name it. East Side is not unique in that we also are trying to, figure out our budget situation. We're going through some challenges. Eastside as a district is what we refer to a state-funded district. And so what that means versus a community-funded district. So our schools get funded per pupil at a certain amount. And based on property tax, if we don't meet the threshold, then the state comes in and replaces whatever that gap is. And because there is a gap, we don't meet the minimum with our current taxes, we're considered a community-funded district. And so we are one of the lower-funded school districts in the area. I want to say between $11,000 and $12,000. Per student. And there's districts that are not very far away from us that are at $15,000, $18,000, $24,000 per pupil. And so we've just been really working hard. Our administration, I have to, give my hats off to our leadership because our state funding, just has decreased while the cost of healthcare and employee benefits continues to rise. And in times like these where there's less money coming in and revenues are down, districts are having to really figure out how to maintain expenses so that we provide the most rigorous education program for our students. So we've taken a lot of steps to address a lot of those challenges, such as recently we passed the parcel tax. 2 years ago, the district offered retiring incentives, and I want to say that brought in about 11 million in savings, so that's huge. We've also increased our UPP count, unduplicated pupil count, so students who fall under certain categories like English language learners, they get free and reduced lunch, foster youth, and so on. They get more money from the state, so we're making sure that we're accounting for all of that, so we bring in as much money into our schools as possible. And so we're doing great work there, trying to balance everything out as much as possible. And so that's our budget. And then upcoming events and programs, specifically to Piedmont Hills, we have a community college panel coming up. So as you all probably know, a lot of the deadlines, if not all of the deadlines for four-year institutions have already passed. But that doesn't mean that our students don't have other opportunities or options. And so we want to make sure that our students have access to all the pathways. And one of the things that we're really engaging with them right now is community college. What does it look like? How do you get funding? How do you transfer? And so that's happening soon. And then we have the BCAC program, which is the Parent Institute for Quality Education, where they provide a lot of leadership for our parents. So we've started to look for parents to start engaging them so that we can support them in their leadership so that they can then support the students that we have at our schools. So that's high-level overview of Eastside. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Lilia Hancock, and I just wanted to give you guys the updates on the senior committee. The Commission for Seniors basically meets once a month on the second Thursday of the month from 4 to 6, and we do tape that meeting via Zoom for anybody that wants to listen in. This past meeting that we had, there was quorum, and a couple of meetings back I had said we couldn't meet quorum, so we couldn't have meetings. Now we have quorum, but there is still 2 vacancies, and one of the vacancies is from the mayor's office, citywide. So you don't have to be a senior to be on the commission, so if anybody is interested in senior type of events and senior type of initiatives, please look into that. What I want to mention is this particular last meeting that we had, we discussed the budget, and we do proposals for senior concerns for the budget that we submit to the mayor's office, and the mayor does read the letters and the recommendations. This is the first time that I've seen the concern on all our stakeholders and our partners within the senior community. Unfortunately, the Vice Mayor Pam Foley, she basically was very frank with everyone there and said that we're looking at a $55 to $65 million deficit in the city of San Jose. So what does that mean? That means there's going to be cuts. And where are the cuts going to happen? Where people aren't vocally saying, please do not cut these areas. One of our main areas that we are very concerned about is our nutrition program, because basically they do an excellent job here in Berryessa, feeding, about 300, per day, anywhere from 150 to 300 seniors per day. And the programs are great, but if you think about it, the cost per meal is $15, and the contribution is 34 cents per person. They ask for a suggested contribution of $5, but most people don't donate even $1. And that's definitely going to be something that in the future might, make a difference and impact on that. They do have food cards, and the food card basically you could buy for $50, and you get 12 meals instead of 10. So they're just trying different things to get people to contribute a little bit more, but at the same time, we don't want to turn anybody away, because it's an excellent socialization for people, and some people that can't afford it do come to eat just for the socialization aspect. For instance, on the first and third Friday of every month, they actually have a live band and dancing, and it's just a lot of fun. So I would encourage, if you have a senior, you notice that they're isolated and that they could benefit from the services here, please have them come and sign up so that they can come participate in that and many of the classes that we have here at the center. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mike Kraus, and I'm the president of the Penitencia Neighborhood Association. I'm also the secretary for the Berryessa Art Festival Foundation, and just recently I became a member at large for the BCAC. So I'm getting a lot of activity here. What I wanted to talk to you about is the Berryessa Art and Wine Festival. There was grant recipients, and I have to thank Dr. Roxanne, that they were very, very well received there was 2 schools at, let's see, where was it? There was 2 at Vinci Park that received this. Each one of these classrooms received $1,500. And there was also Northwood, received $2,490. Majestic Way received $1,500, and in elementary school, received 2 of those for $1,500. So we were able to generate, and I thank you as a community for coming out and helping out with the Berryessa Art and Wine Festival, because with that, we were able to generate some funds in order to give that back to the Berryessa Union School District. Let's see, how does this work? Nice charts, huh? Pretty nice charts. I can't do anything without charts. So I just went through the grant recipients, went through an application back in September. We got it distributed here by January 6th. And then here were some of the pictures of some of the classrooms. I think it's Dr. Joseph McCreary, who was the person that orchestrated us through each one of the schools, and the children were just excited to say, who are these people coming into our classroom? You know, and the teacher saying, they're bringing us money. But that's some of the pictures that were taken. We went there with the president of the Berryessa Art Festival Foundation, Ozzy Habib. There's Ralph in the back here, who is the vice president on that board. And then there's also Valerie Ball, who is our chief financial officer. So we were able to, we did phenomenal speed going to each one of these schools within 6 days, or 6 schools. I think closing time was 2:30. We started out at 1:30, so we got 6 schools in an hour. I can't ask enough that the next Berryessa Art and Wine Festival is the 9th of May. We have a committee that meets every month, and we go through several elements associated with organizing and executing the Berryessa Art and Wine Festival. This group of 9 people are working very, very hard for that. But the message I have for you is there's always room for volunteers, okay? There's an effort that happens the day before, then there's an effort that happens during the art festival itself. And if we can get 2 or 3 hours of volunteer cross people, that is wonderful. So I say spread the word, and you know, together we can do a lot, and that'd be good for the community. My contact information is up there. So if you want to take that down, and if you know anybody that might be interested in doing this, it's fun. We really have a good time doing it, and it's for a great cause. I say thank you very much. That's it. And I think I turn it back over to Linda, right?
I don't know if Beautify Berryessa, is there anyone here from Beautify Berryessa to speak tonight? Okay, no, all right. And then there's Sita. She's going to speak about what's going on at the library. Lots and lots of things going on at the library.
I'm just going to talk about one item that's going on at the library. There are many projects, of course. I'm a volunteer at the library, Friends of the Berryessa Library, so if anyone wants to volunteer, yeah, you're welcome to. What I am going to mention is that they are having a book signing by Annie Hartwell, who wrote a children's book, and it's Unlikely Animals. Let me read a little blurb about it. Let me put my glasses on. Explore the power of community. Let's gather together for an inspiring evening with the best-selling author Annie Hartnell, the author of Unlikely Animals, and explore the forces that shape community life, history, belonging, mysteries, challenges, and the quiet magic of a small town. You may also win a free copy of Unlikely Animals at the event and get it signed by the author, Light refreshments will be served. And this is on Friday, January the 16th, which is coming up, from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. At the Berryessa Branch Library, which is on Noble Avenue. I have a few brochures if you would like one. I'm sitting right over there, so pick one up. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, this worked out perfectly. We got updates, you got to ask a lot of questions, and everybody had plenty of time to find out what's going on in our area. And we got everybody in. Our next general meeting is February 9th, which is the second Monday of the month, I hope. I don't know, yes. And we're still planning that. Our March meeting, we usually do a cultural event and Citizen of the Year. So things are going on. We'd love to have you here. Thank you all for coming out tonight. You did a great job. Thanks for all your good questions. Coffee and cookies. Just save me one chocolate chip cookie. Oh. Mike.
May I just make one last announcement? Thank you very much, Nancy and her husband, for bringing the cookies. They are delicious. I've had one already, so dig in. Do we have a volunteer for bringing cookies for next month at all? If you would like to volunteer, see me. I'm sitting right over there. Thank you.